This is another video of me sharing my journey with you. Again, like my previous video, the reason why I do this is because I want to be real. I want to give you as much information as possible that's practical or almost real in my life, with the help that it might help you in your journey. And realize also that it is actually a beautiful thing to go through. Uncovering these truths one for one, or a new revelation as it goes. And, do not feel condemned if you're not there yet, or you don't get everything in one go. This is also to show you that I don't do that. And I think there's very little that do. I'm not saying that people can't do it, and I think my wish is for the next generation to just get it in 1 second. But if not, also just go on, just move on. This morning, I was sitting somewhere, and I had a coffee, and I was looking over like a beautiful landscape, and on a farm next to mine, or close to mine. And I I talk about Dad a lot. I talk about God as Dad. But sometimes I don't even realize how some places in my heart and mind still has distance between me and Him. Some places in my mind still works on merit and not only on His love and grace for me. Some parts of my mind still feels like an orphan sometimes, although that is not the truth. And it's so beautiful for me how He highlights that as He wants me to grow. The thing that happened this morning was I was sitting there having the coffee, and I got this email from a guy that is helping me with some insurance, and he said he's going to reach out to his father to assist me with the insurance quote. And I got the email from him, and the email was in Afrikaans, but basically translated, it sounded like, "Hey Pops, I have this guy that bought this bicycle from me. Wonder if you can maybe help him out with some insurance quotes. Thank you, Pops. Have a great day." And the way the email was structured was, he calls his dad Pops or Pups, which is very, very intimate, very close. The guy is already, married. I don't know if he's got children, but in essence, it's a grown man that has that intimate relationship with his father, still calling him Pops. And you can see in the email, it's very open, it's very plain. You can see that's the way that they speak to each other. Even if he speaks to his father in a way like that in front of a potential customer, it's how their relationship is. And in that moment, I started getting tears in my eyes, and I realized that some parts of me still isn't that comfortable with God. Sometimes I am, but unconsciously I'm not. How comfortable am I just calling Dad Pops and being so plain with him and being so informal with him, even in front of other people or people that I'm maybe ministering to or preaching to, in any situation? Is that the type of way I relate to Him? And I just felt in my heart that that's the way He wants me to relate to Him. That's the type of relationship He wants. He desires it with all His heart. And He just said, "My son, just sit in it for a moment and just observe how much distance you sometimes create between me and you. Just observe how much you still think you need to earn my love. You still need to prove yourself worthy. And my son, let me show you where that comes from, that I can show you it is a lie. It's not because it's you. It's not because it's truth. And it's not because I wanted you to do that. It's because of some of the distortion that was in your past. And immediately while sitting there, I could almost see me as my younger self. And because, like I mentioned, I didn't grow up with a father. And I was always, he showed me that I was always sort of the guest in someone's house. I was always the one that went with other families on holiday or vacation. I was always sort of at the mercy of another family or another father, or my friends' fathers, or some of my family, the fathers in my family, but it was never my own father. Therefore, because I felt so grateful for these people taking me with them on vacation, taking me with them on, for the weekend, taking me with them to do an activity. I knew that I actually don't deserve it. I'm not their child, and they're doing this out of the goodness out of their heart, but they don't have any obligation to do that. And therefore, also how I was brought up, I needed to make sure that I show them the appreciation, that I am not a burden on them whatsoever, that I assist with everything I can, and then I put my best foot forward. So I needed to make sure that it's for them almost a pleasure to sort of have me, because they're doing me such a big favor. So I need to put my best foot forward. I need to have the best manners I can, and I need to sort of continuously show them my appreciation because of this big gift of being able to do it with them. And then Dad immediately showed me that is how I also sort of subconsciously been programmed to relate to a father figure or to authority figure, and sometimes that seeped into my relationship with him, and that is how I sometimes unconsciously approach him. You're a God, you're my dad, but consciously I know you're my real father and I literally come from you, but unconsciously sometimes I do see you as a distant father that sort of has mercy on me, and whatever you do is sort of a favor for me, and I don't really deserve that, and therefore I need to put my best foot forward. I need to be as good son as I possibly can. I need to make sure that I'm doing your will. I need to make sure that I have the best manners when I approach you, and therefore, I immediately in that essence, or in that situation, I felt like an orphan. I actually felt like an orphan speaking to God and not like God's beloved son. And he immediately told me that is the opposite way of what he wants me to feel like. And he said, my son, you need to realize that I love you so much. You are one with me. You're bone of my bone, flesh of my flesh. You come from me. You have all the right to be in my house and on my lap and ask me anything. Every single place I go to, you are welcome with me. You are with me in the throne room. You are with me where you think you are not allowed. You are with me, and you can just run in and be with me. That is my heart for you. That is what I desire. And I just realized in that moment that we sometimes are so formal with God. We're so still busy trying to be better and to be a good Christian and go to church, and we listen to these sermons and we're challenged, to do some stuff differently in our lives and be more right with God and spend more time with God and read more Bible and get into the Word. And all of that I just saw in 1 second as actually just being an orphan still, trying to please this deity or this God where you actually don't feel worthy just to run into the throne room and jump on his lap and say, Daddy, look at this. Or Daddy, I want to tell you something. Or Daddy, I'm just going to sit there and play with my toys and I'm just going to enjoy your presence, but I don't owe you anything because I'm totally comfortable in your house. I know I'm here. I know I'm part of your family. I know I'm in the inner circle. I know, like Chris Blackaby says if if the doors of heaven shut, I'm on the inside with him. That is what Dad wants me to feel like in that moment. He told me, like, get rid of that orphanhood, get rid of that orphan feeling, like, get rid of all these things that you think are still such a righteous ideas and righteous thoughts and beliefs in your head of what you're doing for me and what you've done, and how much better you can do and how much more you can pray, and all that kind of stuff. Get rid of it, and it's all orphanhood, and just accept my love for you, accept who you are, accept that you're part of me, accept that you're on the inside, you're not on the outside. And then he said, please tell that to my sons and daughters as well, that I do not care about the things that they do, that they think they need to do to please me, to be good enough in my sight, to be able to receive. I do not care about that. I care about them knowing that they are my beloved children, and it's about my love for them, not their love for me, and that they're on the inside, they're in a circle. When the door shuts, they're with me. They're not outside, and they should get rid of the orphanhood, and please let go of all the robes of self-righteousness, all the things you can still do, all the older brother mentality that keeps you out of the house still and not entering freely. Just tell them that. And this is my encouragement to you, like, let go of all the things, maybe be still for a moment, be practical, be still, and observe almost how you relate to God. Instead of just being busy and going on with your day and, the next thing and the next seminar and the next book and the next video, something, just be still and just say, Holy Spirit, just help me understand how I relate to my Father. Is it formal? Is it distant? Or is it close? Is it intimate? Is it soft? Is it being one? And then just ask the Holy Spirit to just show you the truth of your true relationship with your dad that you already have. It's just an unveiling. It's just removing the veil of religion, of distance, of hurt in your life, of your own experience of maybe parents or authority figures, fathers or whatever. Remove that so that you can just realize that you're in that intimate relationship already. You're one already. And that was a big thing that just happened to me again, and I know I speak about God as Father and as Dad, and I do relate to Him like that, and I get moments where I'm so close and intimate with Him. I feel like we're watching a movie, having popcorn together and just enjoying life. But sometimes when I get busy, my subconscious mind just defaults to some of those lies of the past, and that's the stuff that Dad wants to just totally rip out, throw into the fire, so that it will be burnt up, and only the gold, which is His truth of His love for you and who you are in Him, remains, and that you can live from that place day in, day out, knowing there is no separation, knowing that the doors are wide open for you, knowing that you're on the inside and that you relate to Him like that. And from there on, you can build on your relationship. You can build on what you need to do next. You can build on the bigger mysteries. But if you don't understand this, I don't think it's really worth it spending time on any other revelation, because I think this is the foundation. This is sort of this is the love foundation that will be able to sustain all other bricks that are laid on it. So your dad loves you, you're one with him, you're perfect in his sight. You don't have to please him, you don't have to be a good child to show your appreciation. You can just be, and enjoy his love.